Everyone, and this is Desiree Dubois, founder of An Empowered Woman and HomWork, and welcome to HomWork Live. Today I have joining me Kathy Clark, who is a broker, a realtor with All Courts, Premier Properties. Tell us, Kathy, how are you doing? How long have you been in business? And thank you for joining us today.
No, Desiree, thank you so much for inviting me here. I've actually been in real estate kind of my entire life. I bought my first piece of real estate here in Southern California at 20. My mother had been a real estate agent when I was a child, and I always heard real estate conversations, and then I became a mortgage broker when I decided I wanted to be closer to home, and did that until the mortgage crisis made it really not special anymore to be in that business. And then I transitioned to real estate. I've been a broker for 16 years. So
Wow.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a great business. It's fun to watch people. I work with investors. I work with people just buying their own homes or second homes. It's a great way to actually be of service.
Well, thank you, because you've been such a service to us, and it's helping us find our first homework home in Southern California. So tell me, just the concept of living where you work where you live, anywhere in the world. What are your thoughts on that as a realtor? As to be able to see housing, be able to see the price of housing, and how people are able to acquire housing now.
You know, what I'm hearing from a lot of the folks that I work with is a lot of folks are at a stage where they want the freedom to be where they want to be when they want to be there. And when you're saddled, whether you enjoy it or not, when you're saddled with a massive investment, the question is, are you really being a good steward of your funds? So if I've got a massive house and I'm out of the area 4 months out of the year, is that really the best use of my money? As long as it's appreciating, it may be. But I think homework allows particularly gals our age who are now empty nesters, who are professionals and want to be surrounded by that energy of professionals. Maybe we've always had people at home and suddenly we're all alone. So we come home from working all day, or we work out of our house, which I think is the case, at least with more of the women I know. We've been alone all day and we've been busy. We've been on the phone. We've been doing things. But then suddenly we're alone in the evening and it just changes the dynamic. So I think the concept is brilliant. I think it allows us the opportunity to have a different life for ourselves and create a network of gals who might know the secret place to go get the right manicure, and might know the person who's really going to be able to do my color the way it needs to be in my hair. So I'm excited. I think it's a wonderful concept.
Well, thank you. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been trying to do a screen share in Believe, and without success, as those of you who joined us last week. So what we've done is we put 4 properties on our website. So our website is homwork.com, HomWork.com. If you go there and scroll towards the bottom of the page, you'll be able to see 4 beautiful properties. We're ready to move on one of the properties, right, Kathy? We're ready to do one of them, if not 2, if not 3. But we need your input as to which properties you like the best, which features you like the best, the locations you like the best, so we can get a pulse on what we're doing and what properties we probably prioritize our investments. So if you can join us at HomWork, HomWork.com, go towards the bottom of the page and you'll see HomWork Live. And in that, we have our first property. So Kathy and I are going to talk through these different properties, the features, the pros, the cons. And again, we love your feedback. So on Facebook, it's HomWork, it's Live, Work, Share. Give us the feedback there, or you can simply email us at info at homwork.com, info at HomWork.com. We want your feedback, or even right here on Be Live. Just give us your feedback, your comments. Because with that information, we'll be able to decide which house will be our first house that we're going to launch. So Kathy, the first house that we have, it's nestled in the hills of Bel Air, 6 minutes from Sunset Boulevard. Beautiful home. It's got, what I like a lot about it is the fact that it is private. It's only 6 minutes, and it's in a great neighborhood. Location. They say location in real estate. How important is location for what we're doing?
I personally think it's absolutely critical, because to me, one of the real benefits here is I get to live someplace I really want to live, and I get the opportunity to be more selective. You know, not everyone could necessarily afford to have multiple homes in the types of areas that you're trying to find the right property for HomWork. And this property particularly, I think, has an exceptional location for anybody who needs to be in the LA area. It's very central. You can get almost anywhere as quickly as you could possibly from a nice part of town. You can go south, you can go a little bit toward the coast, although it's pretty central toward the coast. You can go to downtown if you need to do that. You can go out to the valley. So a great location and very elegant.
Thank you. I believe in that. So I'm going through the pictures. I have pictures of the living room and of the family room. Now the dining room is very unique. It's a round dining room, which is like, I think, really beautiful. I've never seen one that before like that. So my question to our guest is that how important is the dining room to close? That doesn't have any doors though. So how important is it that we have a dining room that we're planning to convert to a conference room, close the doors? That could be important to some. We also have another room that we could possibly use for that. So they have a beautiful master, a guest bathroom. The kitchen, it's not extremely large as some of the other ones in the properties, but it's very cozy. So it's very cozy and nice, and it's something that I can just imagine us drinking our coffee in the morning and sipping on something sweet and so forth. It has one of the bedrooms that I'm showing that you see with the desk in there. That's one of the lower bedrooms, and that bedroom can double as a conference room because it's on a lower level, and as well as as a bedroom possibly. You can put a sofa couch in there and convert it to a bedroom when needed. We have it designed so that the first floor is for a public. People can visit, you have meetings and you have conferences and things there. But the second floors of the two-story properties are only for the residents of the property, just allowing some privacy. And so as you can see on that one, it also has decks. This house I love because it has a lot of decks on it, access to the house exterior. Then when you go upstairs, it's like a loft area. And so you can have additional seating, additional people can just kind of hang out when you don't want to be in your room for a period of time and so you don't want to go downstairs. You still have a space where you can actually hang out at. We've had some chairs, and it also has a quiet space. I call it the quiet space with the meditation with the hammock. So, because we're going to have areas where you can actually be and just rest and sleep and enjoy the whole house. So that, again, you're not confined to just your room, even though you can work there, but you're also being able to enjoy the rest of the house and other private areas. What are your thoughts on that? How important is that as far as the privacy and being able to access other parts of the house? How much of a value do you think that is? Kathy?
I personally, and I have a personal opinion on some of this because I am kind of the demographic. I would love to know that there was a place I could go to quietly on a day when I don't have to be dressed and made up and ready to go out the door, where I can have a place I can go and unwind quietly, regardless of what other meetings and such might be going on downstairs. And that's what I love about the way you've tried to select the right properties, is you've worked hard to create that so that it truly is a quality of life, along with being able to work in all of your work and your meetings and such.
Yeah, because again, what we're doing, we peg this as a lifestyle. It's just for those who embrace this type of lifestyle, like you said, the freedom and the flexibility to be able to move around, to be able to, some people are working in different areas and they simply don't need a place full time, but they don't want to stay in a hotel and they don't want to do the check-in. They want to have more control of their diets by having access to a kitchen. They want to come home to where the lights is on, you always go someplace where the light is on. So you have in that house, some of the rooms are already built in for the desk offices. So they already have desk areas built in. And for those who don't, the homes that we have that don't have a built-in desk area, they can also put a desk. We have some pictures on our website where we have beautiful desks and beautiful pieces that you can create that in your rooms. Also, this property is that I love because of the fact that it opens up a lot. There's a lot of patios and terraces with beautiful views. So you're not any of the rooms where you feel like you're closed in or locked in. It also has a very nice patio outside where we can put monitors, we can put fire top tables so that you can be inside the house. Outside the house, there's also a grassy area where you can do yoga and Pilates, just meditate and enjoy the view. So that's our Bel Air home. So I want to know, for those of you who looked at the pictures, please give us your feedback on what you like about this home, whether you don't like about it, and whether you would want to stay here. So all the details about the properties will be shared later. So the south of the boulevard in Woodland Hills. So you're familiar with the valley. South of the boulevard is considered quote unquote, one of the most prestigious areas of the valley. Is that correct?
It absolutely is. It is the place to be if you're going to be out there. I actually grew up in Woodland Hills. I went to
Oh.
school there. I lived there my entire childhood until I went off to college. So I'm very familiar with it, and it's a wonderful, wonderful place. It's got easy access. There's a lot of sophisticated restaurants nearby. I think the quality of services is absolutely needed. So businesses who are there provide a great service, or they don't stay in business. And I think it's a great place to live.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to mention on the other property, the Bel Air property, what it does not have is also an enclosed garage. It's an enclosed carport, but the carport is open, so it's an enclosed garage. So my question is, how important is it for it to be enclosed? So you do have, again, two-car carport and a driveway, but it's not as enclosed. Now, going to the Woodland Hills property, that has a three-car garage that's enclosed. So there's certain features in some houses. Again, I want to know what's the most important to you. Some people may not care. Some people do. That's a very beautiful house. When we say boulevard, we also refer to south of Ventura Boulevard, for those of you who are not familiar with the Woodland Hills area. So this property, when you walk in the living room, what was really I liked about this is high ceilings, lots of lights, and the fireplace. I can imagine us being able to give events there and meetings there, and just being very open and wide. And they have also a great large family room, with lots of windows that extend itself out to the outdoors, so you don't feel like you're claustrophobic. And even in that family room, it has this fireplace as well. Fireplaces, again, that's a plus. Some houses have more than others, and this one has quite a few of them. Kitchens, this is a much larger kitchen. It's an open kitchen. The appliances are high quality. Sub-Zeros, it has wine refrigerators, things of that type. So we just want to make sure, again, like, how important is the kitchen? Most times people say the kitchen area is the most important areas. So I just want to confirm that. And then how important is it for it to be extended to the outside? This house has, again, everything extends out to the yard. Another dining room, a great large dining room, but it does not close. The doors do not close in the dining room, but the way that it's situated, it could be really private. And in our dining rooms, we're going to have screens where they can do PowerPoints or presentations. So it's, they're able to hold meetings there and conferences there, or just work there when they want to work outside the room, as long as it's available. And if you have something special, you simply will schedule it. I have a conference scheduled at this time, and then everybody will acknowledge that. There's only 3 or 4 people in a home, so it's not like we've got so much usage of all the areas. It's great space, considering how many people that we have. What are your thoughts about a conference room being closed door or open, as long as you have privacy, Kathy?
Well, I think as long as you have privacy, you're going to be fine. I think there's certainly an openness that's created to having a conference room without all the doors. And I think there are other spaces that could be used if, in fact, it was really a conversation needed to be terribly private. There's certainly other spaces in each of these properties that could be used for that. But I think the elegance of the room, particularly for some of the events that you might do, the entertaining events you might do, I think the room is very elegant, as was the last one with the round room. I think all of those are very distinctive features, and to me, add to the luxury of the property.
Thank you. Yes. Okay, so good. So this house also does have that alternate room. If you look at the room where it has bookshelves on the right and the left, that can be a conference room where we can close the door, or a library, or an extra bedroom, because it doesn't have an attached bedroom. That attached bathroom and closet. So that could be an option if they do need the doors closed, which we try to take in consideration. This is unique in the sense that it has an elevator for those who don't want to get the exercise of going up and down the steps. It has a very large master with a fireplace in it, so that's the 3rd fireplace in this house. It overlooks the yard, and it has another nice patio that goes out there. Nice cedar lined closets. Closets are important for the ladies. I can imagine most ladies are going to have quite a few things, have an extensive closet. So whatever doesn't go in your closet, we also have additional storage space in the garage. So if it's your seasonal clothes or something like that, we have access for that. This particular master has a bathroom, and they say that they use the shower as a steam shower. What I like about this property, the bedrooms are really large and clean. So again, some bedrooms are going to be larger than others. So these don't have any built-ins, but you can create all that you want. And every bedroom has an in-suite bath. We talked about how important that was for ladies on day-to-day basis. What are your thoughts on that, Kathy?
It would be important. It would be important to me that I would have that privacy and I would know that I was the only one using that space. That's just how I feel. But I am interested in getting the feedback from your audience to see what all their thoughts are, because
Okay.
I may have a limited perspective on that.
Well, the thing is that when the ladies will be living here full time, part time as a drop in. So if you're living here full time, I can imagine you want that privacy. You want to be able just to have a code to your door that enters into your suite and everything's there. If you're here part time, the same thing. You have a room that's dedicated to you that nobody goes in besides the housekeepers, and you want to be able just to access that room and know that everything is as you left it. And that means that you maybe not here maybe once a week for a month or whatever the case may be. The drop-ins, so if you're just here for a couple of days, a couple nights, then perhaps that would be okay to have a shared bath or have a, not in-suite bathroom in that case, because you're only here for a couple of days and a couple of nights. So during that time, your things will be there. But after you leave that room is switched out for the next person. So that's something that we're taking in consideration for the houses that we can't get every room to be in suite. And this house also has a great backyard area, which is a backyard area, barbecue area, socializing area is important. What do you think?
I always think it's nice to have some space outdoors to kind of change your perspective, get a fresh look. And I tend to walk when I'm on the phone. So to be able to walk outside and be out in nature when I'm doing one of my business calls, as long as I'm not on a live stream like this or I can't get too far from the internet, I actually love the freedom of that. That's something I really enjoy.
That's a valid point, because a lot of people do walk when they're on the phone, and being able to go outside. You have grassy areas and sitting areas and patio areas to be able to go someplace where they can actually do that without disturbing the other people in the home as well, and even for that additional privacy. So thank you for bringing that out. Okay, so that is our Woodland Hills, south of the Boulevard. Who wants that Woodland Hills, south of the Boulevard home? Or who wants to know more information? We're not committing you to sign up. I just want to get your feedback on whether you'd live here or not, and if so, why, and if not, why not? So just go to info at homwork.com and say, I like that Woodland Hills home, and I think it's a bomb. All right, the next one is the one in Laguna Niguel, and it's a gated community, Kathy. And so tell us, the house from the outside looks pretty modest and so forth, but it's not until you get inside the house that you really see the beauty of that entry. See that that double story entry, is that what it's called? 2-story entry? Yep. And then so this particular one, if you look to the left, does have a conference room or area we can use as a conference room and close the double doors, even though it has doors opening to the outside. Has a closed door. So that is a feature for those who do feel that's a value to them, to be able to close those doors and have meetings. Or you can also double it as a theater room if you wanted, a presentation room. You can also double it, as a couple of different things. What do you think?
Well, that particular property, and I think whether or not a gate's important to people would be really helpful to understand.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the women that I know really like a gated community just because it is just much harder for anyone to gain access. You don't generally have as many solicitors at your doors. There's all sorts of reasons that, at least down here, and I actually live in Orange County, having grown up in the Valley. I've lived in the Newport area since 2003 and all of Orange County since the late 80s, which is dating myself. But anyway. And I've lived in gated communities and I've lived in ungated communities, and I don't have a lot of concerns, but a lot of my girlfriends, particularly those who are living alone or only have their children pop in, really enjoy the comfort of a gated community. So this particular one, this property is very dramatic. As you walk through the doors, it's got an amazing look. You look straight through out to the pool, to the area, and to the view. And it actually is pretty spacious overall, with a full bedroom and ensuite downstairs, along with a layout such that a number of different groups could be having conversations at the same time. And the flow is such that it really works out well for entertaining.
Speaking about gated communities, this also has different features. What amenities does the community has? They have an additional either tennis courts or additional pool or community room. Do you remember offhand?
Funny you say that, absolutely.
Well, while you're checking on that, I'm going to point out that yes, the property It has like that upper area where the chairs are currently in the photographs, where we can have our piano or something like that. Then you also have a sitting area for living area. Then you have a fireplace that's shared by the living and the dining room area. So it has an open dining room, but it has it has that other conference room to accommodate that privacy. It also has a beautiful kitchen with a nice sized kitchen and a nice sitting area that you don't see in these photographs. Another wine refrigerator. I think wine refrigerators are becoming a necessity in these homes.
Well, there's actually one in the bedroom in that particular property, so it has a whole new level. Sadly, I am not prepared to tell you exactly what features. The only features that are referenced in the online documentation is that you are guard gated. So I will confirm that. So all of the folks who are interested in that, I do hope you'll let Desiree know so that she'll be able to reach back out to you and let you know all of what the nuances are.
Okay, so I'm looking now at the master bedroom. This is a huge master bedroom, lots of high windows that gives you total access to the outside view, and happens to be a city and a mountain view. And then that separate area could be their work area where there's a fireplace there. And I guess that's where the wine refrigerator is in that little sitting area adjacent.
Yes.
Okay.
She has it right.
Okay, so that's a perfect, layout for those who need it. And also, if you go into the master bath, the fireplace is shared with that, and also has a monitor there. So while you're getting your bubble bath, you can enjoy the fire and catch up on the news. So what's really another magnificent feature about this property is that it does have a built-in barbecue with the fire top and the huge pool and patio areas. And, and all that, like you mentioned, the house flows, so you can just see that from the inside the house, from the living room, from the dining room, from the sitting area, from the kitchen, from the master bedroom. And even has some fountains there, I see, in the middle of the pool area. So a lot of sitting areas to the right and to the left where you can just kind of escape and get into your own world. And then you see the view, the magnificent view that's appreciated from it. Yes? Yes?
It really is a lovely property, but again, how's this location for people? I'd love the feedback of your folks. I know that your LA people, I'd love to know if they prefer the Valley or if they like LA, and Orange County, if how close they want to be to John Wayne Airport, if that's important, or how quickly they can drive to LA or to San Diego, those kind of things. Any feedback would be so helpful to us to find the right properties that are really perfect for the folks who find this appealing.
Yes. So one of the last ones that we were looking at is a gated estate in Tarzana, and it's south of the boulevard. I have the aerial view, which is pretty impressive. It's very, this house itself is gated. So the driveway and the front gate is gated. So how important is it to have a house that's gated as opposed to a house in a gated community or one that's not gated at all? It has 2 levels of the lawns, a lot of outside patio all around the house. And it's, as you go in, it has the staircase going in, but the living room. Now, what this house does not have a formal dining room area at all. So you can go into the living room. What they've done at the end of the living room, they've had a dining room table. So again, but that's no privacy at all because you're in the living room and the dining room is just attached. It has beautiful doors outside, but it doesn't have any formal room. And the room that we would substitute that with it would be another bedroom. It would be a bedroom like maybe the maid's quarters bedroom, whatever. So again, how important is it to have a private conference room in these homes? You could have that living room area, but that's open. Now this does have a media room, and the family room doubles as a media room where you can close the doors, pull the drapes closed, and surround sound. And it sounds like you're actually in the theater. So that's a nice large room. It's a beautiful room that would be able to use for different special things. So we could use that, as a conference room. So again, I just want some feedback as to what's important and what the ladies would like. Kitchen, very beautiful kitchen, large kitchen, with again a wine refrigerator, and it has 2 wine refrigerators. That's actually, and lots of the modern usage. And also, what it doesn't show here, it has a huge sitting area, a sitting alcove, like most areas, a breakfast area that can seat about 8 people. It's the width of the width of the kitchen itself, and on both sides you'll be able to have nice information there. It does have a gym. They converted one of the bedrooms into a gym, which is great to have so people can work out. What do you think about how important is it to have a room or space dedicated for a workout?
I don't know. I'm really interested in the feedback from others. I mean, I think we all do so many different kinds of workouts today. I don't know if a gym within the properties is beneficial as a space that can be used for other types of meetings or other things. If I can, I want to come back to that kitchen for a minute. And for anybody who noted it, that kitchen has wonderful access. So I don't know if you've ever dealt one of those kitchens when you're entertaining or such, where you get in there and then you have to circle back out the same way you came in, and
Mm-hmm.
it allows you way better access. So for entertaining, you can kind of they can go full circle around that area to really get back into the other meeting areas or whatever, because the party always seems to end up in the kitchen.
That's a good point, and that does have access to the family room as well as the living dining area as well as the hallway.
Right. So as I look at some of these properties, the questions that I really would love people to share with us is what are your thoughts, good or bad? Any feedback will be helpful to us, because we all come into these things with our own opinions about things, and real estate agents have more opinions than anybody else does, my opinion. So to that end, the more information you can share with us about what you really want in your lifestyle, whether it's for you personally or maybe someone who is looking at this type of thing, it'd be really helpful to us, because we want
Thank
to
you.
know how this works.
And then another thing too, but going back to the Laguna Niguel property, that has a huge bonus room. So that bonus room can double as a workout area or as a video area. A lot of the ladies take video and podcasts or just do a lot of them. So we were thinking about creating a video, either a room or area where they could double down, have a screen and have lights, and just have enough to be able to do like videos like this and whatever else they want to do, but have a nice clean area to do so and be able to close the door and have that privacy and that sound be good. So how important would be having a video studio where you live? No matter how small it is, it doesn't have to be big, but just an area that's dedicated to doing videos, so you can create your content. This is one of the bedrooms. It has a built-in already in these bedrooms. So you do have still room for sitting and bedroom area. And then it has another room with the brown, which is a built-in already. Then it has another room that doesn't have any built-ins. It's just strictly a bedroom that leads out. You can sneak out into the pool and jacuzzi area if you wanted to. It has direct access to that. And again, these have their bathrooms attached to it. And then they had what's really, I like it, and this is a master bedroom, a huge master area where it has the master area for the master bed, as well as a large sitting area adjacent to it. And then this closet that it has, some people, they have used it for an additional office space, because some of those drawers are locked. So they just put desks at the very end there, and they use that for additional workspace. So someone that has that master bath area can do that. That bedroom, rather. Here's the master bath, beautiful jacuzzi tubs, sauna, showers, and so again, nice and light and bright. And again, what's important to me was the outside area. So this is outside the kitchen. You can access it outside the family room, from the sitting area to the barbecue areas with complete grills and refrigerators and sinks and all the amenities, and the fire top table to enjoy it all. And then the pool area, the jacuzzi and the pool area, all along this area, there's again sitting areas from the very corner to all the sides. So if you just really want to get out of the house and want to have a conversation, you're able to do that amidst the beautiful trees. So
Desiree,
yes.
in case anybody or later on, make sure you go to the HomWork website, HomWork.com website, scroll to the bottom, and you're going to see all 4 of these properties, so that as you perhaps go back through this live feed, you'll be able to see the properties. You'll be able to really understand what we were talking about and the questions we're asking of you. So
thank you. Yes. And what I'll do is I'll try to go get a link there so they can actually be able to link in directly from there. But meanwhile, just visit us at HomWork, HomWork.com. And also, if you have any questions, email me at info@HomWork. And Kathy, thank you so much for reviewing this with me. And how can they contact you?
Thank you so much, Desiree, for inviting me. She didn't tell you we were on a cruise together this time last year. I was happy to have you all around this year.
I know.
My cell phone is 949-283-2833. And my email is Kathy, Kathy, at Kathy Clark, KathyClark, broker.com. Thanks so much, Desiree. I can't wait to see where we end up with our first property signed. We're going to do that soon, right?
Soon. We better do it today or tomorrow. So we really want your feedback. Please let us know. If you have to call us, if you don't have time to text or don't have time to email us, just call me, 818-292-5559. So again, thank you so much for joining us today on HomWork. And again, live where you work where you live, anywhere in the world. And until next time, take care.